Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. Tonight, Chronos? What is this, like fucking wrestling? Maybe? Anyways, tonight it's the final battle. Let us now reconvene. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. I didn't even mention it. Oh, back then, I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. You really come a long way since then, Paulo. You've grown a lot. Well, there has been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. You still got that ego of his, though. What? That was like... maybe the most humblest brag, I guess? It wasn't like... he admits that there were some hiccups, but he's done pretty well. That's fine. That's not ego. Prosecutor Blackwell, with the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. Bailiff, please bring in the witness immediately. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess. Bobby Fulbright is here. I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright, do you know why you have been called to give testimony? Yep, because there is only one reason I'd be called. And that is because it's time for justice. In justice we trust.
Objection!
You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. He's acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. He must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright, if you wish to dispel our suspicions, then let's get to your testimony. All right, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. The embodiment of justice. I am the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. This bit about the escape route is only a theory, but you don't have any proof. What we do have is proof that Athena Cykes is the culprit, the lighter with her prints on it. So you're saying the suspicion against you is completely false, and that the defendant is the real culprit? That's right. Miss Lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. It doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap into the air. Don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either. I guess you're right. But you can't define justice with evidence. Who can define it anyway? Justice is just this.
Objection!
Don't make me break out a dictionary for you. Please don't throw a book at me. Tell me the Phantom didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, all right? Well, my justice is crystal clear. But what's not clear are your eyes. Wake up and smell the justice.
Silence.
Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. If you have even an ounce of justice, then you will answer the court's questions and prove it. Prosecutor Blackwell. Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner after all. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination. The suspicions against Detective Fulbright are, at this time, only suspicions. As is my duty, I will judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can. Does anyone have any objections? That's fine, Your Honor. Ha! Now ask away and don't hold back. Well, there don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. The embodiment of justice. Alright, so, same as always, let's press. The embodiment of justice? Those are empty words. But they say if you keep saying something, it can eventually become true. Ah, the whole fake it till you make it. Isn't that how people make their dreams come true? By wishing over and over? All right, let's just move on. It's like, that was, you know what? You're right. That was stupid of me that even pressed that.
Hold it!
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. They're carefully reasoning behind my theory. Ah, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. But what we have against Miss Cykes, though, is not just reasoning, but solid evidence. Unlike the tofu burger. It's called the lighter, with Miss Cykes' fingerprints on it in the victim's blood. In the victim's blood? Oh, that's true, but wait. I think that Fulbright was the one who brought the evidence to the trial. If you harbor any suspicions, I suggest you ask Fulbright, Bright Dono, especially about the lighter. He's right, but what exactly should I ask about it? Do I have anything about... Okay, so lighter. Athena's prints on it in the victim's blood. Perp held the lighter with an earth emblem in their left hand and the knife in right. Okay. Position? Please tell the court about the position of the prints on the lighter. They're around the same spot on the other side, or neither sides, as they would be as if she was holding it up. I suppose it was used to light the room. It would be held that way. Could you please add that statement to your testimony? The prints were placed just the way they would be if someone was holding it up.
Hold it!
Yes, Miss Blackquill did mention she saw a lit lighter being held up. Yep, meaning the person Ms. Blackwell saw was the owner of the fingerprints. It just strengthens the arguments against Miss Cykes. The line of questioning is going to get me anywhere except conviction land. Huh, should I try asking him something else? The number of prints, I guess? How many prints were found exactly? 3. The thumb, the index, and the middle finger of the right hand. Left hand. All right. Your Honor, that is an important statement. Can we please have it? Swapped into my testimony. You got it. He beat me to it. Ha ha ha! Being investigating testifying, speed is the key. We did all the other ones, though, right? Okay. I guess we did.
Hold it!
Oh, wait, I didn't mean to press that. These 3 prints for the right hand were found on the lighter, right? Are you certain of this? I'd stake my life on it. Mr. Wright, isn't it odd he's saying the prints are from Athena's right hand? Yes. Why would you say that? Well, think about it for a second. Athena always wears the glove on her right hand. So there's no way she'd leave prints on those, of those 3 fingers with her right hand. Hey, you're right. Why didn't I catch on to that? Detective Fulbright, I'm sure you heard our discussion just now about how Ms. Cykes always wears a glove on her right hand. Ha ha ha! Well, I have only one thing to say to that. Do you have any evidence that she's wearing the glove at the time of the incident? I guess we don't. If you want to prove the defendant innocent, you have to ask better questions than that. I need a lecture from you, Smiles Magoo. Should I try asking him about something else? No. I actually meant to present something there. Let's read with your testimony, shall we? Certainly. Huh. The statement that was added, I'm not sure if it's relevant or not. Well, at least he seems willing to answer our questions. Let's keep asking about different things and see if we can uncover an inconsistency. Detective Fulbright is a tougher adversary than I thought. Oh, did we not do that one?
Hold it!
Then please tell us more about the circumstances around the ladder. Well, I'd much rather expound on the topic of justice, but oh well, alright. Let's see, what should I ask about? Or a Blackwell? Please tell the court what you remember about Ms. Blackwell at the time. She appeared to be really angry at the bombing that the bombing commotion was disrupting our work. She even threw a robot at me. Yikes. I hope it wasn't poor Conco. This is very important information, isn't it? I'll just add this to my testimony then. Why don't you let me decide that? Having her work interrupted. Okay, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna press it anyways, but still. I'm beginning to wonder, is Ms. Blackwell ever not crabby? Well, they already took her down to the station, so it's a bit late to ask her now. Just my opinion, but maybe it's best we don't ask her about that. Ever? Should I ask this heck something else? Yeah, about the lab. Please tell me everything you know about the lab. The lab, huh? Well, it was so messy that there was hardly anything anywhere to step. I guess they were in the middle of building a giant robot. Take over the world or something. Yeah, that's pretty much how it looked when we visited this afternoon. Okay, I know the drill. You want me to swap this statement into my testimony? Yeah. What? No, way ahead of you. I'll just swap it in. It was actually kind of poor choice of evacuation. You're not wrong. You aren't fooling anyone. You chose the ladder in that very room to propose on purpose to create your own escape route. That's not true. It's just that when it comes to ladders, I'm very particular. I had a good feeling about that ladder. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Huh? Did I mess up somewhere along the way? It's fine. Let's proceed. Okay, so skip this again. We know where we need to present. I was just having fun. Yeah, here. Present. In left hand.
Objection!
You say the prints were on the right hand, is that correct? Or from the right hand. That's right. Very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Ms. Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, that person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh! So here's the number for us. Why are the prints on the lighter from the right hand instead of the left? Yeah! You're right. It does make sense, doesn't it? Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness claims can't even hold water. Detective Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this. I just don't understand it. They're definitely right-hand prints. But then, why are they inconsistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? I've got it. What do you got, Detective? The mirror. The witness must have seen the reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Go on. There's a mirror? Miss Blackwell was looking through the window of boarding lounge 1, wasn't she? I believe you're right. You mean the little window in the back, to the right of the room? That's right. And across the room on the opposite wall. Oh, okay. There's a large mirror. Huh. I do remember seeing it. Are you saying? Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been the reflection of that person in the mirror. I see. In that case, right or left would appear reversed, wouldn't they? Ha! Now do you see? That's the logic of pure justice.
Objection!
But your argument is only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection.
Silence!
Right, Dono. You'd sooner nick yourself than him with like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh? Ha! That's right. Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why is that? Miss Blackwell said she saw the Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? The emblem is only on one side of the lighter. You're right. There's no emblem on the other side. Exactly. As blank and smooth as the judge's fine scalp. If the culprit had held the lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem. Uh-oh. What's more is that the kind of light you flick open with your thumb before lighting. You don't have to do that, but so if the culprit held the ladder in not the ladder, they held it in their left hand with the emblem invisible, they wouldn't have been able to open it and let alone light it. They'd light it on their pants. If they held it in the right hand, they could easily have opened it up and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in the right hand. No! Come back, my beautiful contradiction. It appears you've planted a flower that bears no fruit. Ha 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 ha! See how it withers before my flower of justice? He's tough. He managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point. In justice we trust. Now do you see? I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, are you sure there really is a spy? I bet they're all just figments of your imagination. Ha! That's so sad, so very sad. But I'm afraid Miss Cykes is the culprit.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Huh? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself? Do you see an earth emblem on both sides of the lighters? I knew it. You're lying, Detective. Pardon me? You mean, yeah, my brace has reacted to his statement about the emblem. He definitely hiding something big. I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Dono, are you to use that cheat of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. It is cheating. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. Yeah, Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant and blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo, you're up. Here goes. Detective Fulbright, can you repeat that last statement one more time? No! Oh. What in the world are you up to? Alright, fine. I'll say it as many times as you like. Listen carefully. The earth emblem is only on one side of that, only on the side that you can see when held in the right hand. Oh, fuck. Can we zoom out a little bit, please? Okay, listen again, please. Let's just keep it on his face, then we'll try his hands, and then we'll try his chest. Oh, is that it? Is that it? No, God damn it. Okay, I think that's it. Can we skip to the first part again? Right at the start of it? Jesus. Okay. I just made it down here. Okay, cool. Yeah, listen again, please. Here, confirm.
Gotcha!
Like, what do you mean, got me? Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster. Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. Be that as it may, I know it was something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it. But why? You're not making any sense. You can't just...
Silence.
Be still and do as you're told, Fulbright. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you? What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell. I'm not sure what this is all about, but if Prosecutor Blackwell insists, it must be something important. I will allow the defense to examine the lighter. Good. Now maybe we can learn something new. I hope so. Now let's check every inch of that thing. I was actually expecting like a torn indent, but examine? No, this is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this. The emblem's actually some kind of button. Oh. It's a gun. Whoa! It transformed into something. It's a gun. A handle, a trigger. Is this what I think it is? There's no questioning it, it seems. What you have there is a gun. What? A gun? So that's it. Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos was on the stand. The bullet that hit the auction tank was extremely small, maybe a 10 caliber. This little compact gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. It looks like the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. The lighter was a gun? So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster... That's right, whenever he mentions the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transformed into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not the kind of thing any ordinary person can get their hands on. No, that's not completely true. In fact, I mean, a transformer like that, that's harder to get a hold of. Gun that small, though, not that hard. I'd say it's strictly in the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. Ha ha ha! There's nothing for me to explain. I didn't know the lighter could transform. I mean, it was found in the Space Museum, and I brought it straight in. I don't even have time to check it. I didn't even have time to check it out.
Objection!
Whenever you mentioned the Earth emblem, you touched your holster. You subsequently did that because you knew it was a gun. Accuse me all you want, but where's your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew the lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it anyways? Miss Cykes' prints. It proves that she's the culprit who fired the gun at the scene. It would appear that Detective is right. Are you guys really trying to prove your client innocent or what? Although it pains me to do this, now that we are where we are, I have to make the following assertion, coming from the prosecution side. The person who fired the gun at the Director Cosmos at the lounge after the incident, and the person that Ms. Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Terran, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant, Athena Cykes. The prints on the lighter are decisive proof. No! Ha 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 ha! Now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think this about sums up Miss Cykes' part in the whole affair. The evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Do you have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But, calm down, Apollo. He's just saying that because he has to as the prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as a habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead.
Objection!
I do this on purpose, says the man who wears sunglasses at night. If it's proof you want, it's proof we'll get. I'll prove that the lighter is not Miss Cykes, but yours. Huh? Sounds like you hit on something, Apollo. No, I didn't. I'm bluffing. It's just that if the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Athena, I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. You mean, you think the lighter might be forged evidence? That's right. It could all be part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary while he was off on his own? On my own? Did he do? Yeah, I can definitely think of a few things. Oh, okay. Yeah, running comparison. Yes, I have, I just happen to have compiled the print data for everyone related to the case. Okay. But we didn't actually get those, did we? If we assume he's been lying, laying a big trap for us all along, there's got to be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? The owner of the prints? Where the prints are on it? The prints were left on it? I mean, I would assume he's lying about the owner of the prints. Are they really Athena's prints? They definitely matched her print data. But what about the data itself? Detective Fulbright, you were the one who provided us the lighter and the prints data. Isn't that correct? Yes? What about it? You say Miss Sykes' prints match the print data, but I have to wonder, was the data you used official? Mr. Wright, are you suggesting the evidence might have been fabricated? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in the case. What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity? There's no need for antics.
Silence.
Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defendant's request. You must allow the test to be rerun. Very well, then. Bailiff. It appears the official data is here. And the results? It's just as the defense claims. These prove that the prints on the lighter do not belong to the defendant. Yes! The fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tarrant. Those were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter? I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Fulbright, who collected the victim's prints? I personally removed his gloves, yes. When you took the deceased's fingerprints, you could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood, after which you wiped the blood off blood off of his hands. By your own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data, all to put the blame on Miss Sykes. The blood must have been to distract us from the Phantom who was behind everything. You were out to create an impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean that Fulbright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, a man with no emotion, or someone who studies parkour, could have done it. Take the Fulbright. You were the only one who could have used the escape route. Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me, I will slash you to tiny slivers where you stand. Alright, I'll talk. I confess. I'm not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over now. Be a man in a minute. But I'm not a spy. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. An undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. A person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information. And that's what you really are, Fulbright. That's right. I was working to track down the Phantom. But sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him. What?
Objection!
You're telling us this now. But if what you say is true, then who was the mystery person Miss Blackville and Miss Starbucks saw? It was the Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having the emergency ladder lowered for him.
Objection!
I don't believe you. Then how did you explain the fabricated lighter? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate the evidence. Pinning the crime on Athena Cykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. You expect me to buy that? Fulbright, What was the Phantom's ultimate objective? I was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I will have to apologize to you too. The Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back the psych profile you have on him. So he sent a buzzard of his own to tail me this past year, did he? I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Cykes 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. He has top secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. There's a number of organizations that want him dead. If people believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now there's an assassin lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you are vulnerable to a sniper shot in this courtroom. Just cuts the Trucy in a sniper's nest. Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Athena like a criminal. Does he really think he's going to lie his way out of this? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright, if we can't find a flaw in his logic. He's right, after we've come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wiggle free now. I finally told the truth. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. You're intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You're an intelligent man. You believe me, right? I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom.
Silence.
Evidence is everything, right, Dodo? And you must admit there's no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. Yes, as I recall, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. That's pretty solid proof, but I've known Fulbright here for a year now. And all this time, he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. Prosecutor Blackwell! This fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me, he actually became quite a nuisance, really. So, Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me? Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony. However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy and don't you ever betray me again. Have you got that? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sniffle. 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 There's a lot of sniffling. Such a bond of trust is rare and beautiful. In any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now hand down a not guilty verdict with confidence. Ha 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 ha! Very good! I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up. And Miss Cykes will go free as well. Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do that, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know, but what do I do? I don't have any proof that Fulbright is the Phantom. Is this it? Is he gonna get away with just like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off. Hold it. Edgeworth? Athena? The defense? No, wait. Not the defense. The defendant feels like it's not time for a verdict yet, and would like to see this trial continue. Oh, what? But I was just about to declare you innocent. Yeah, that's pretty good, but like, I don't know. Just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Hey, Apollo, think you can scooch over? Just goes running. Leaps ass first, knocking him out of the way. Athena, what are you doing? I hope we don't get held in contempt. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you are no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful to Prosecutor Blackwell for what he's done for you? Of course I am. And I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. Athena, where are you going with these questions? I have to hear a single emotion behind any of the detective's words, boss. Suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What does that mean? He may not have any evidence. We may not have any evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it. With your special ability, we just might be able to stop him. Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations. Yes, well, even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow. If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him? Ha ha ha! Ho ho ho! Ha 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 ha! Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense the defense is spouting? Fulbright, I think you'd better have that counseling. But not you too! You've been making batty remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as, you're an undercover investigator, and your family has been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it. But I thought you believed me!
Silence!
How you amuse me so. What's going on here? That was an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon. I knew you would catch on, Athena. Huh? Mind filling me in here? Guess who left you in the dust time? Simon was only pretending to believe him, to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I'd noticed that there was a lack of emotions like joy or relief in his response. So he gave me a chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart. What? You two are working together just now? Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart. Huh, you got it. Time to check the instant replay. Widget, mon ami, let's do this. It's like, I am pissed. No, you are nothing, actually. Alright, so... Thank you for believing me, Prosecutor Blackwell. Nothing. I'm an undercover agent. Nothing. So I'm assuming, like, I can probably pinpoint anything. Oh, I don't even have that option. There's just nothing. Even with all his over-the-top expressions and gestures, he's registering no emotion at all. It's just like I thought. Right in the line with the Phantom Cykes profile. Wow, excuse me, he's grabbing his watch there. Through the Fulbright, the lack of emotion proves you're the Phantom. Oh, Jesus. Hey, what's going on? Wait, hold it. What do you think you're doing, Detective? Me? I'm not doing anything. He's trying to hack into the Moon Matrix program. I can't do anything. I can't do anything with it like this. Ah! Fancy device you have there, but I'll tolerate no cheating, thank you. Aha! Sorry about that. As an undercover agent, I tend to use my secret arsenal without even thinking. More like as a spy. Thanks, Prosecutor Blackwell. There, now that you can't hack me anymore, I need you to try to hide your lack of emotion from us. Ah, lack of emotion? What are you talking about? Of course I have feelings. As a matter of fact, you've wounded me so deeply with that accusation. What's going on? All of a sudden I'm getting overwhelming happy reading. Huh? But he's literally crying as a river over there. There tears of joy! Oops, my mistake. How about this? Yikes, now he's angry all of a sudden. What's he trying to pull? Like us not, it would appear our friend is not completely without emotion. It's just as it says in Dr. Cykes' profile of the Phantom. The subject has a unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation. Oh, I get it. So he has some emotions, right? Precisely, which leads me to wonder why you can't sense any emotion from it at all. I believe it's most likely because he is controlling his emotions. Ah, very good, Prosecutor Blackwell. You are correct. The result of my daily training. A very important skill for us undercover investigations, you know? Or like, for us spies. Seriously. But I wonder why he suddenly shows several strong emotions. Wait a minute. I think I know. Since there's a feeling you're trying to hide with your exaggerated emotions, Detective. Haha! A feeling I'm trying to hide? Oh, that's a good one. You're the one who's been saying I'm the Phantom because I have no emotions. So I was just trying to show you a range of deep emotions I truly possess. Then you have no objection to me analyzing you right now, huh? No. Analyze away. But I will state again, I am not the Phantom. And be forewarned that your analysis will have no effect. Because you're about to see what an undercover agent can really do. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's like watching fucking someone trying to do Simon Says on my computer screen right now. Oh, Sadness is the only one staying around here. Yeah, everything else switches so far. Okay. So it's gotta be the third one. What is the third? How dare you accuse me of being someone who would kill over a moon rock? Okay, so this one is the only one that doesn't have any changing. And I found it. I found the one emotion you're truly feeling. What? Hidden in the middle of that chaotic storm, I saw one emotion that never disappeared. When you talked about the moon rock, you felt fear that wouldn't fade. Fear, huh? A fear that a man with hardly any emotion feels, huh? It might be in response to the moon rock. Take the Fulbright. I presume you feel fear considering the moon rock because your identity will be revealed, you lost it, you failed to steal it. Your identity will be revealed? Lost it? Did he even steal it? I think they did steal the moon rock, right? I guess your identity will be revealed? Of course. That's it. Enough, Fulbright. Fulbright, not Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. Okay. Yes, he did just say this. Trucy. I don't know. I just pictured fucking Trucy with a sniper rifle for some reason. Detective Fulbright, I think I know why you feel afraid. You're afraid that the moon rock will somehow reveal your identity. If his identity was revealed, he would be killed immediately. That's certainly enough to make even the Phantom feel afraid. Me? Afraid? I don't know what you're talking about. So there really is something about the moon rock that would reveal his identity. Apparently. Wait a minute. Maybe the Phantom didn't so much steal the moon rock, but more like he had to take it with him because there was something on it that would reveal his true identity. Like blood? Oh, right. Goodbye!
Hold it!
Where do you think you're going? Sorry? Me? I'm not going anywhere. Is it just me, or was he going to use that weird watch thing to try to get away? How many more of those toys does he have? Where do I get them myself? Doug Fulbright, you will answer honestly to this court right now. Why do you feel fear in connection to the moon rock? In justice we trust, not emotions, Mr. Lawyer. Goodbye. I'm waiting for that thing to like shoot out a dart or something. What the hell? What'd you do with that? Evidence is everything. I'm the Phantom because I'm afraid. Don't make me laugh. Ooh. And what was that just now? But all human beings have hearts and experience emotions. Sometimes analyzing a case from the psychological perspective is the best way to find the truth. Eek! It's all just a waste of time. All of your efforts at analyzing serve no purpose. And now in this dark age of the law, nobody would believe your claim that it's effective. In an era when evidence is fabricated, do you truly expect failings to be accepted as proof? And we are exactly as your proof that I fear the moon rock anyway. Well, I bet I don't have any conventional proof, but I still say the examining person's heart has merits. Oh, really? Then why don't you listen carefully to those special ears of yours? Listen to the voice of the hearts of the people in the gallery. All here is distrust. As you can see, the people are on my side, because all they see is a strange little girl using a weird little machine. There's nothing I use analytical psychology to falsely accuse people. Oh, he's got Athena doubting herself. Miss Cykes' analytical psychology has breathed new life into the courtroom. It has freed the hearts of many witnesses and has been key to getting the truth. Ha ha ha! What nonsense! Your Honor, the defense claims this is a false one. I don't feel any kind of fear when it comes to the moon rock. I see. Very well, I will give the opinion of this court. In a trial, I don't feel the person's emotions are quite as compelling as actual evidence is. But, Your Honor! Ha ha ha! Oh, ha! There, you see? Nobody believes you and your trumped-up charges. However, I do believe Miss Cykes' analysis can contribute to making the truth clear. I have seen her do this firsthand several times already. Surely your jest. Does this mean you accept my findings in the trial, Your Honor? Yes, I believe your claim, Miss Cykes. I think there is merit to examine why the witness feels fear in regard to the moon rock. That is the court's opinion on this matter. Then that's a win for me. No, that's a win for our analytical psychology. Now, Mr. Phantom, you will tell the court the reason you feel fear. Analytical psychology, my fears. Fine. I'll show you precisely why those abstract things can't be considered evidence. Hee hee ha 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 ha. Alright, I'm at... Do I keep going? Or, because I feel like this could be ending at any point now, but it also could be another hour from now. Let's just keep going. If it's like super long, I'll just cut it up either way, but I felt fear when I thought the moon rock because it reminded me of the Phantom. Yes, I'm very afraid of him because he took my family hostage. What reason would a Phantom have to be afraid of the moon rock? Not at all. Not like he could be evolved into a fable. So that very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock means I'm not him. In fact, I'm on the side of justice! And there you have it. Now you see why I'm afraid of the moon rock. Sure, you sound convincing enough. But so does this two-bit con artist. Or any two-bit con artist. It's all meaningless in the absence of evidence. Shit! Ha! The Phantom is like the mist. No flesh, no bones. My sword alone cannot cut it, right, Dono? With your deductive reasoning and the body of the evidence before us, let us send this miserable Phantom fellow to the other world together. You and I, Prosecutor Blackwell, we have a duty to bring the Phantom down and restore the people's faith in the court. Indeed, by covering for Athena, I allowed the Phantom to escape. And as a prosecutor, I gave birth to the people's mistrust with my murder conviction. I bear part of the responsibility as well, for being suspected of forging evidence and losing my attorney's badge as a result. The two of us and the Phantom were there at the beginning of the Dark Age of the Law. Then it is also our burden to cut away with the foul specter we created, is it not? Until all that remains is the righteousness of the court and the faith of the people. Trust, understanding, fragile ideals of the masses who are controlled by emotion. Humans can't truly trust each other, which is exactly why the illusion of trust is so enticing.
Objection!
Once two people overcome their misgivings, that's where real trust is to be found. You're free to believe what you want, but trust like that is stronger than you and your lies anyways. Task examination. Alright.
Hold it!
I can only remind you of the Phantom. Don't make me laugh. You are the Phantom. Evidence is everything in court of law. Or did you forget? I was forced to testify over a silly thing like failings. But those tactics won't work from here on out. You need real evidence. I hate to admit it, but he's right.
Hold it!
Your family? Like who in your family specifically? Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe my lover, for example. For example? Maybe? We need more concrete answer than that. Ha ha ha, but maybe my mother, my son, my daughter? Maybe it was all of them. I'm so sad and worried. I miss them so much. Ha ha ha. He's obviously lying. Look how said I am. Is it any wonder I follow the Phantom's orders?
Hold it!
You can't think of a single reason that the Phantom might be afraid of the rock. I thought the Phantom wasn't even supposed to have any feelings. How can someone like me, with my wealth of emotions, be expected to understand that guy? Phantom, a person with very few emotions, would only be afraid of something really big, like his cover being blown. I'm willing to bet that the moon rock has something to do with his identity, but what? Maybe the Phantom's fingerprints are on the rock, but the fingerprints can be wiped off. Maybe he wanted the rock so bad he literally drooled on it and left his DNA. We're dealing with a spy here, Athena, not a slob. True. But maybe the DNA part isn't too far off. Huh? Something unexpected happened to him during the incident 7 years ago. Oh, when she stabbed him? I just know I have something that can show why the Phantom is afraid of the moon rock. I'm just getting my testimony while you're pondering over there, if you don't mind. So it would be the utility knife then, right? On that phrase? Sure. We'll do that in a second. And how afraid are you exactly? I'm so scared I started to shake even when I see the moon in the sky. You shake when you see Miss Cykes airing? Well, to be honest, since the very first time I met Miss Cykes, I felt more than a little frightened of her. I guess some people just inspire that much fear in others. Mr. Wright, what the fuck? You were thinking something very mean-spirited right now and rude, weren't you? Haha, of course not. Maybe beef up the mind-reading defenses. Now, do you understand? The very fact that I'm afraid of the moon rock proves that...
Hold it!
After all that you've done, how dare you speak the word justice? And justice we trust! Well, I'll say it as much as I want and with absolute confidence. Whenever I say it, it's just. That's how it works in the Dark Age of the Law. You want to get the best of me with that twisted argument of his. I'll find a way to get him right where I want him. Take the Fulbright, or rather, the Phantom, feels fear regarding the moon rock. Probably has something to do with being afraid of his true identity being revealed. Right, so that's why the Phantom had to take the moon rock with him 7 years ago. In that case, if we had something to show the real cause of Fulbright's fear... Alright, cool. So let's go back to the... third. Yeah. Here?
Objection!
Yep. To the Fulbright, I assume you know what this is. Of course! That's the knife the Phantom used to kill Clegg Heron. That's right, and the exact same type of knife Miss Cykes used 7 years ago when she stabbed the Phantom's hand. Yes, that was discussed earlier, as I recall. Hey, remove his glove. That type of stab wound would probably leave a scar. Actually, no, straight up. Yeah, remove his glove. Because that, you would probably see some evidence of some stab there. If it went through his hand completely, that would leave a scar. Miss Cykes then stated that she remembers the culprit bleeding. And it's my theory that the culprit's blood got on the moon rock, and he was afraid that if the blood was analyzed, its true identity would be revealed. That explains why the Phantom had to remove the moon rock from the crime scene. You mean, if we ran the analysis now, we'd know who the Phantom is? Ha 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 ha! Yes, I suppose so. But unfortunately, the moon rock in question is missing. That may be so, but I'm certain I can explain what happened to it in great detail. You can? Of course. Not? You don't actually expect us to believe that, do you? Because you don't fool me. Ah. Now what this court needs is a bully-free zone. The infamous sword of the beguiling bluff. Its edges without compare. Come now, ready it with me, and show us just how finely it cuts. Your Honor, this is outrageous. Oh, I mean, this is outrageous! Ah! Go on, Right Dodo. Let's start with something that's been bothering me this whole time. Now the culprit supposedly removed the moon rock from the lab. If you heard that, it was me taking a drink. But in this video, it's nowhere to be seen. Oh, you're right. But here's something to consider. What if the Phantom had the moon rock somewhere in the scene of the crime? Good thinking, boss. Me and Apollo switched places. Security was super tight at the Space Center then. He had a bag, right? I mean, that's not part of our evidence, but he had a bag, right? Does it mean the moon rock is still somewhere in the Space Center? In the name of justice, I proclaim that's impossible. And why is that? The Space Center was searched from top to bottom, and especially the lab, but the moon rock was never found. How could I forget about that? A sad but true fact. We still haven't grasped how it was done. But the Phantom made the moon rock vanish into the ether. There's no way it just disappeared. Logic and evidence tells us otherwise. The Phantom didn't have the moon rock on him when he left the lab. Yet a thorough police search didn't turn up anything. And it was never turned up in 7 years after that either. Phantom made the rock disappear without physically removing it himself. But how? There must have been a way. Think, Phoenix, think. How did the moon rock vanish from the robotics lab? So, can you not show what happened to the moon rock, Mr. Wright? Yes, I can. Your Honor. Can? What? Oops. Sorry, I mean... What? Question mark? In that case, let us hear your answer, Mr. Wright. How did the Phantom make the moon rock disappear from the crime scene? Fuck. We don't have that bag, right? No, I don't think we do. It was launched 7 years ago. It was in the crime scene, right? Oh, okay. Where's the picture of the dead lady? Do we not have that anymore? I guess not. Okay. We just saw it. It was in that photo, right?
Take that!
Is that the Hope capsule? The one that went up with Hat 1 rocket. He couldn't carry the rock out, but he couldn't leave it in the center to be found either. So there was only one safe place to stash it. The Hope capsule that was in the lab that day. Yes, the team must have loaded it onto the Space Hope probe eventually. But if that's what happened, then the moon rock would have been launched into space along with the rocket. Preposterous! It would mean that for these past 7 years, the moon rock was... Exactly. The Phantom got rid of the moon rock in the most cosmic way he knew how. It was out there in the depths of space. Aboard the Hope space probe. What? What? Order in the court. I understand now. The Phantom's original scheme was to sabotage the Hat 1 anyway. The villain, he used his primary objective to conveniently kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That's right, he planned for the moon rock to be turned into cosmic dust out in space, thereby destroying the one piece of evidence that could reveal his true identity. But Mr. Starbucks and the others foiled the Phantom's plot. The Hope space probe sailed off safely on the mission and returned 7 years later, with the capsule in tow. If we analyze the blood on the moon rock, it would make one thing crystal clear. That you were the one all along, Detective Fulbright. So he killed Clay so he could just get the moon rock back? I believe so. His original assignment may have been just to sabotage the Hat too, but at the same time he also had to retrieve the evidence of his crime 7 years ago. That's why he went to the boarding lounge and attacked Clay as he made his escape out of the rocket with the capsule. But in the end, all he could do was just escape himself, so he couldn't get the capsule. Clay must have done everything he could to stop you, Fulbright. He probably hung onto the capsule for all he was worth until his very last breath. So funny, you make me laugh. Boy, he's totally out of whack now. We switched places again. The game is over, Detective. Detective Fulbright, why don't you just admit it all now? There's nothing to admit. I'm Bobby Fulbright, undercover investigator, I tell you. I'm not the Phantom. The blood on the rock is just another one of his schemes, a trap. Now I'm not sure what to think. I suppose a Phantom is a spy worth his salt. A trap is not out of the question.
Objection!
But in this case, you could say anything is a trap. That's what makes a trap a trap. I've been framed into taking the blame for the Phantom. Your Honor, I believe further investigation is in order.
Silence!
Further investigation. More like plotting your escape. But no more. I will bring you to justice myself, if I must. Here and now. I guess it's time to show you just what I'm really capable of. Die, Simon Blackwell! Hey, you guys aren't really... Hold it. Hello. It looks I've made it just in time. Edgeworth! I have good news for you, Mr. Wright. I've uncovered some very crucial facts. Did you find something out about the Phantom's true identity? You might say that. I started by looking into the first people on the scene 7 years ago. All 3, an employee, 2 officers, were registered in the robotics recognition system. But none of them looked like the least bit like Detective Fulbright. That's not good. But there's more. I've yet to share my most important findings. Mr. Wright, Prosecutor Blackwell, you'd best brace yourselves. Uh-oh. The man you see there before you, Bobby Fulbright, is already long dead. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, fuck, did he kill the real Fulbright and took his body? An unidentified body that was found a year ago has now been proven to possess Bobby Fulbright's fingerprints. Then does this mean... Yes, the man there is an imposter, pretending to be Bobby Fulbright. Like wearing his fucking face? An imposter? Then this man. Who in the world is he? Enough of your trickery. If you will not reveal yourself to us, then I shall do it for you. Oh. So is that actually like a mask, or like did you skin the body? Or maybe it's a mask made out of skin. Ah, look what you did to my mask. Mask? What is the meaning of this, witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. Oh! Wait, but that's... Hey, Apollo. Yep, it's me, Solomon Starbucks. Mr. Starbucks? But that can't be right. You can't really be the Phantom, can you?
Silence.
Of course not. The real Starbucks was aboard the Hat 1, which was set to be destroyed. Yeah, this is just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I can be anyone I want.
Objection!
Not too fast. I have the Phantom Psyche profile right here. If we compile a Psyche profile on you and compare results... It's not Psyche, Chronos. Yeah, it's Psyche, I know. We'll prove that you're the Phantom. Oh, okay. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, the end justifies the means. That voice! Those words! Oh, fuck. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Cykes. Professor Means! This mask? I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence. Huh? Time to take out the trash. Permanently. How can you? Why didn't you hold it on the table? Now do you see how powerful the ends justify the means can be?
Silence.
You're still guilty, dude. How pathetic, you can't even speak without wearing another man's face. Ah, but that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all. Or perhaps it's really the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in the mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I wager. Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right, I don't know who I am. I'm always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs and emotions and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. What's with this guy? Is he even still human? And now we resume you with your lesson, Professor Wright. Oh, huh? I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there was blood on the moon rock in the capsule. Now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright, your claim of the Phantom trap wouldn't work anymore. And then why don't you bring this moon rock in? The decisive evidence from the Hope capsule. I think I'll do just that. Get ready. It's not going to be there, is it? Because the Hope capsule is about to seal your... Oh, fudge. It was destroyed in the courtroom bombing, right? The capsule was... okay. looks like you have officially caught on. Full marks for the defense and for effort. But what a shame your hope was lost in the courtroom explosion. That's the real reason the courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Have we really reached a dead end after coming all this way? Was the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? I've said all along I'm just a nameless undercover agent. No, you didn't. You said you were Fulbright. And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we have proof. Somewhere. Or at least a prayer. I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, Wright Dono. I know! I'm trying! There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock. But that was blown up to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny part, some fragment, still exists? Yes, and you can see the stolen moon rock there too. Very well, Mr. Wright. Let's see what your proof. Oh fuck! Come on, man. What evidence will the moon rock that I don't have? Technically this is a moon rock earring, though this was made before, like, the killing, yeah? I don't know. Shit. We need to have some evidence. It's not gonna be that. This was made before the rock had blood on it, so it's not that. Oh, shit.
Take that!
Yeah, it's a piece of rock. Isn't that the bomb that blew up the courtroom and the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor. It's right there. Focus your attention on the photo taken after the bombing, specifically right here.
Take that!
Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article about the Hat 1. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at the photo of the bombing fragments, see how there is a rock-like object with the same coloration. Oh my! Yes, I see it. It would seem the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If we take a look at the fingerprint fragments that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on the blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. But that's impossible! Huh. A surprise to be sure, but that's one bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, Fulbright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing. And stab that man for blood! Prosecutor Blackwell, what did the test results show? There was a rock fragment that had blood on it. It appeared to have been several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was the witness's blood, did they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of this anymore. Admit it, you're the Phantom.
Objection!
Apollo? Oh, wait, no, that was Phoenix's voice. Mr. Wright, did you just raise your objection? No, I didn't say. Oh, he's wearing a Phoenix mask. Fuck. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? Why? It was a pretty good objection, too. Don't you think? Now he's me. So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Is this trial getting more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph, and those just like it, how can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was at the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had that had my blood on it. But how do you know they were just rocks? Can't prove that they're the moon rock, right?
Objection!
Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragments with the rock in the newspaper article. Anybody can see that they're the same. They have the exact same coloration.
Objection!
But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. And highly unlikely a court with such a unique appearance would just happen to be there. But you can't deny it's a possibility.
Objection!
But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Paulo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago I tripped and fell in this very courtroom, and it hurt pretty bad. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto one piece of rubble. You must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet, I suppose it's not completely out of the question, is it? Yeah, what? I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times is when the lawyer has to force their biggest smile. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we just have the fragments analyzed? We could just ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they are from, you need a sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it. And the moon rock doesn't exist anymore. And there's no sample left data. Oh, Athena's airing. There's no sample of data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from the moon rock. Oh, no! There's no way to prove it? Are you really ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
It's really me this time. So, the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right. It was a valuable rock, too. Shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that passed down with great love and care. We do? We do, even if the person holding it hasn't realized it yet. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing, as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your biggest smile when you see what I've got. Try me. Piece of evidence that shows the original moon rock isn't completely false, or completely lost. Only thing my mother let me was widget. Oh, and my moon rock earrings. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you, because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah! Oh! You mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena has cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, the fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is the defense's sample of the moon rock.
Take that!
That's your sample? The earring that Ms. Cykes always wears was made from the original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along. No. Can't be. It's the composition of the bombed fragments. If the composition of the bombed fragments in the earrings are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt the origin of the fragment in the photo. And since the test results show that the blood on the fragments was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. It may not have Athena's ears, but now even I can hear the fear in your voice. Fear? I don't feel fear. I left all my emotions behind years ago.
Objection!
Every human feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I suppose you do? I didn't have anybody to support me at first, either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, and I couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Then you're just a coward running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Cykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicion without hesitation. Running away from myself? How can I run from myself when there's nothing inside? Nothing at all.
Objection!
I know it's hard to hear for someone so as unwilling to trust others as you to understand, but people have emotions. It's just a fact of life, and so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another, so they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside me? Is this? No. Oh, fuck. I'm afraid. I'm scared. I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove the mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. My own true face? No! Please don't! I know you're here! Where are you? See? I haven't revealed anything yet! Honest! Oh, fuck! True face! I don't have one! My face! My face! Oh shit. Be the orca next. Is this my face? Is it? I ain't changing masks so fast. Oh, that's interesting. They changed the font sound over to female when the others went. Oh! Trucy, we didn't say take the shot yet! Ugh, a sniper attack in the very courtroom. It chills me to my bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how is Detective Fulbright, I mean, his imposter doing? He's a lucky fellow. The bullet didn't hit any vital organs. He appears to have no damage, be in no danger of dying. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. Analysis of the final piece of evidence Wright donor submitted is in. The composition of Miss Cykes' airing and the fragment of blood are on it match. We now be certain that it is the fragment of the moon rock in question. The murders and bombing of the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing of the courtroom number 4 and all these other crimes, as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. Well, probably when he gets out of the hospital anyways. The prosecutor office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still myriads of things we wish for him to tell us about, after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. And before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Sorry about that. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Athena Cykes, super guilty. Just cuts to Snoopy and not Snoopy, fucking Jesus Christ, Trucy in the sniper's nest. I mix up Sniper and Trucy. God damn it! I don't know why that fucking mental vision of her in the sniper nest is just hilarious to me. And then you throw the confetti on top of it. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Nick. We couldn't end the game without doing this voice one more time. Thanks, Pearls. And thank you for being there for Athena. Oh, it's the least I could do. But Athena was great, wasn't she? She was so strong throughout the whole trial. Teddy, I'm so glad to see you. Trucy, nice shot back there. Are you alright? I'm fine, Yeti. I was doing magic tricks for the other horses to keep our spirits. That's our Trucy for you. I really gotta see you're safe. Right, I fear I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. Edgeworth? You never would have caught him if it weren't for you, all of you. Ah, come on, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? You're the one who's been tracking the Phantom all this time. Plus, you're the one who gave Blackwell permission to serve as a prosecutor, right? Yes, well, we knew the Phantom was somewhere nearby. The police and I are trying to find him, but we never did manage to do that until this trial. Well, we never would have won this trial without you. It was all your help as Chief Prosecutor that was the key to this successful conclusion. Besides, it was you that saw to it that I got my attorney's badge back, wasn't it? But you figured it out, did you? Getting my license back went just a little too smoothly, you know. It should have been much harder after that evidence forging scandal, but you were kind of acquitted of that, weren't you? At least that was overturned, and I owed you a few favors. Hey, Edgeworth, think we can finally bring the dark age of the law to an end? Even the darkest night turns to dawn eventually. Our sun will rise again. Besides, now that Prosecutor Blackwell has been cleared of all charges, a great deal of this mistrust towards the court system should have been swept away. You know, you could have said that with a bigger smile, Edgeworth. It won't kill you. Instead, the furrows in your brow just keep getting deeper and deeper. So I should smile more, huh? I think I'll think about it. The complicated love-hate relationship between lifetime rivals. Athena. Hello. I am forever in your debt. You went to all that trouble, even taking the bar exam while you were overseas. Well, I knew that if I didn't get your sentence overturned fast, you'd be executed. So I studied and studied. I was frantic. So glad I made it in time. Yes, barely. But I still made it. Atta girl, Athena. It's good to see you finally let your tears out. Yes, I survived by the skin of my teeth thanks to you. Shame on you, Simon, for trying to throw your life away like that. It was never my intention to just throw my life away. But some things in the world are more important than your own life. Like what? My honor-bound duty to protect my life. Well, protect with my life. My mentor's most beloved treasure. Huh? That's some loyalty. This guy really is a samurai, through and through. Well, it looks like we can breathe easy now. Apollo, Athena, thank you both. Took all of us together to pull it off. You bet, boss. What a team we are, huh? And we definitely have the most amazing turnabout that I've ever seen. I'm a lucky guy. My office has been the best, most capable lawyers around. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna work extra hard to make up for all the worry I caused. Apollo Justice is fine and ready to go. Let's hear it for the Wright Anything Agency. Well, no one's gonna try harder than me. So you better watch out, Apollo. Assignment is free thanks to Mr. Wright. But there's so many more people out there that need our help. You're right. And I'll be needing you both to help them. We still have a long way to go. Get ready, you two. We won a major victory, but the war is far from over. There are still people out there suffering under false charges who need defending. This is literally the last game, right? That Phoenix is the main character, well, part of the Phoenix series. We got a lot of work ahead of us. They might make another one, I would assume, right? If these sold well. If you ever hope to fully bring the Dark Age of the Laws to a close. Hey, I know one thing we have to do. We have to celebrate. We have to have a bowl of piping hot noodles. Huh? Nothing like a bowl of all-done noodles after a trial, all on Mr. Wright's tab. That's how it works at the Wright Anything Agency, right, Mr. Wright? Huh? As a boss, it is your duty to express gratitude to your people for their great work. In that case, allow me to join the festivities. I would greatly welcome a bowl of noodles. Huh? Oh, I have an idea, Daddy! Why don't you just invite everybody involved in the case? The more the merrier, right? Oh, Mr. Nick, look how far you've come! Who knew you'd grow up to be such a generous gentleman? Guys? Under these circumstances, there's only one thing I have to say. Is it objection? Only if I get to join in. Hey, no fear! I want to say it too! Okay, here we go. Oh, objection.
Objection!
Hey, credits. I was trying to think of something nice that I could do for Polly now that he's back. So I decided to go around and get a bunch of jobs for him to do. Find a lost cat, install an air conditioner, give a computer lesson, find a lost item. You think I should have found him a few legal cases? Nah, that's okay. This is the Wright Anything Agency after all. Just start your own agency, Apollo. It's fine. Athena and Apollo were wonderful in court. I'd better study as hard as I can if I want to be a judge someday. My grandmother says eat lots of peppers and you'll nut your passion. Oh, but I should figure out which to grow. Green peppers or yellow peppers? Oh, maybe I should just go with hot as the sun, red peppers instead. I mean, you just ask him out to eat. Oh, God. The end of the Dark Age of the Law, you say? Tis, how naive. Don't you know it's sometimes necessary to get a guilty verdict by any means possible? What? They're putting me under investigation? And the chief prosecutor wants to see me? Eek! What happened to your brother? You retire? His brother, right? I've been asked to debut the great masked wrestler. Okay. You know, it's fine. I was gonna try to keep up with it, but I don't think I can. Honestly, this is like the first time in a while I've been able to record like a backlog of the Phoenix Wright game. Probably tore my throat up a little bit, just a tad, a little bit exhausted, I think. But hey, it was worth it, really. And honestly, near the end, I was like, okay, I feel like we're definitely getting close to the end here, so I don't want to split this up right now. And they're like 30 minutes later, not even. Actually, it was probably like 40 minutes later. We're in the credits. I really enjoyed the game. I did get confused with the timeline stuff that was going on. And it's not really that confusing when you put it on paper. But doing the DLC there and traveling back and forth, well, not back and forth, but just like through the timeline to the current day again, for some reason really confused me. I'm gonna prosecute Athena someday? What? Okay, I think I missed something there. Why? I like the characters in this game. It was really good. The trials were harder for me this time around than they were last time for some reason. The last two honestly weren't too bad, but like, I mean, it was kind of bad. Okay. They were still pretty bad, but like the first two games, like first three cases in the DLC definitely had me fail a bunch, which was unfortunate, really. But yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. Pretty sure this is the last Phoenix Wright game, right? Last? Oh no, not this. Oh, God damn it! I keep forgetting there's a third one. But like, they didn't make anyone after this one. Not this one, but this collection, right? So after the next one, you know what? Last Phoenix Wright game. It's Spirits something, right? Spirits Within. I hope Mrs. I'm surprised she didn't show up. It's been a while since you guys were here. Let's see. Last Phoenix Wright game. In order. Spirit of Justice. Okay. Yeah, that was the last one. That will be coming soon and at some point. And there will be a little break in between. Visual novels tend to definitely wear out my throat pretty fast, honestly. Even compared to like an RPG for some reason. I guess it's because in RPG games, like Final Fantasy or whatnot, when I'm playing, I'm usually not always voicing the characters for the most part. Like the older ones, I do voice all the text like this. But there are breaks where I don't really do anything like that. Where either I just talk normally, we're doing random encounters, or because I'm cutting out random encounters or backtracking a lot, I just have a break, so it doesn't wear me out as much. And to be fair, there was a lot of time during this series where I just didn't have enough time to really record it, doing like 40-minute long episodes, 45+ minute long episodes. Maybe we'll go back to doing 30 minutes next series, but probably not. I'll probably keep this trilogy like 45-ish minutes series episodes. We'll see. But no, yeah, I have a real fun time with it. I like Blackwell for the most part. Kind of weird that he was in prison and being able to prosecute and had like an invisible sword. Kind of. He had something that could cut shit. I know some people said he didn't actually have a sword, but he was cutting shit. Oh, you want us to defend your sister? It's like, fine, she can defend my sister, and I'll prosecute your father. Oh, actually, that's what I want to see. How long do you get? Oh, lowering Payne's salary. Good. Hey, where's Gumshoe? Just pull off the Phantom's mask and it's Gumshoe again. They did kind of steal my idea. It's not fully though, because it wasn't actually Detective Fulbright apparently. Someone posing as Detective Fulbright. I'm assuming he murdered a year ago. How long sentence for hostage? Oh. Really? I don't know if that's true or not, but... crime of receiving and transmitting ransom is punishable up to 10 years in jail. Hostage taking is punishable by life imprisonment. And if death of any person occurs during the commission of the crime, death penalty, maybe. Depends on where you live, right? I think it's location based. Honestly, I didn't think it was life sentence. I kind of figured it'd probably be like 10, 20 years. Hostage taking. If the victim is under 18, the defendant is not close family member or legal custodian. The crime is punishable by mandatory minimum sentence of 20 years. Okay. So if they're a child and not related to you, you get 20 years. Okay. So she might be going away for a really long time because she took the whole place hostage, right? So now it's what, like fucking 50 counts of taking people hostage? Oh, I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll probably get a light sentence. I'm actually surprised after that the next game is the last game. I know they have the great Ace Attorney, but look, I'm not saying they should, but I feel like it's a series they could milk for a while, right? There's so many cases in reality that you could twist and turn to be, say, in a game, right? Because as weird as some of these cases are, some of them definitely have fucking transpired similarly in real life here and there. Now, I'm not saying they took inspiration from it, but you could if you needed it. There's so many different ways you could just twist something to be like a fantasy setting type reenactment of a murder that happened in reality. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not murder, but like a crime. Though, to be fair, it's usually always murder we deal with, yeah?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
T-minus 15 seconds.
He won't be fine. Like, I can hear him from here.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
How close is this fucking launch site to everything? Oh, you put your hair down. Probably easier to maintain in prison like that. Weird you're still wearing that suit, though.
Mr. Starbuck! You'll be fine! Just believe in yourself!
The moon's closer than you think!
I don't think it's that close.
I wouldn't have made it back into space if it wasn't for you.
All right!
Through the years, I've seen as much joy as heartache, honestly as deceit. But just as Mr. Starbucks was able to escape the harsh pull of his fears and despair, I believe that hope and friendship can lift us all up towards a brighter tomorrow, because friendship is in fact magic. All right. Well, I guess that's it for the episode. What the fuck? You unlock the special bonus in the music and background settings. Oh, is this a fighting game now? That definitely looked like a fighting game, to be quite honest. Continue the next game? No, not right now. Sooner than later, hopefully. But back to the title? Is there... Game Selection Museum. I would like... No, we just go like this, and this is the museum. Where's the fighting game? You told me there was a fighting game. They didn't tell you that. It just looked like a fighting game. Well, this is fucking adorable. I love everything about this. All right, cool. Go away. That is it for this episode / series, actually. Thank you for watching. If you like the episode, series, or me, press the like button below. If you're not subscribed yet, go check out some of my other content, see if you're liking. And I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye.